From summer heat to fall, the Pacific Northwest braces for its second major storm of the season. I've got the temperature drop, rain accumulation, and where we will see snow in western Oregon.
But there's some cold air off to the east, and that's going to be filtering in, keeping things quite cool for the game. We're talking about tailgating in the mid-40s.
Warmer than average temperatures don't just extend into the northern plains, but throughout the northern portion of the United States and to the northeast. Now, this doesn't mean that you won't see an Arctic blast, a snowstorm, record-breaking cold temperatures. It just means the average of December, January, February will end above normal. That could be 1 degree, it could be several degrees.
Things are on the cooler side today. Our highs made it into the 80s.
We're tracking pretty consistent snowfall over the Cascades, really as far down as about 1,000 feet. You're seeing these snowflakes. That's going to drive warm, moist air into the system, and that's going to make for a very soggy Thursday evening into Friday. Our high temperatures did not disappoint today. We hit 59 here in Eugene. The question isn't if you will be impacted by this system, it's when you're going to be impacted by this system. Yeah, absolutely, Alan. If you haven't had a chance to meet Santa Claus, he's going to stop by one more time Friday from 4 to 6:30 p.m. That'll be your last chance to get a photo and let Santa Claus know what you want for Christmas. You can see it was very well defined, but it's starting to fill in with some rain. So that's some good news as this continues to track towards Daytona Beach, where it will exit Florida and could cause storm surge there as well. Now, our snow level, it's on the rise. So that's a good thing. We'll actually get a break from this wintry precipitation below 2,000 feet going into the weekend. And then we really see a jump in our snow level up to 5,000 feet starting next week. Today, we saw a little bit of everything, right? We saw some sunshine, we saw some hail, we saw some snow, we saw some rain. We are tracking thunderstorms this evening through the area. Now, we've seen rain move over western Oregon, but only a couple of places have picked up any accumulation, that being Gold Beach at 200ths of an inch, Roseburg at 300ths of an inch. We're really starting to see these systems weaken, though, as they push from south to north. Right now, let's zoom into this system a little further over to the west. Some heavy rain moving through Coos County and over North Bend. We're also seeing one of these thunderstorms right now just north of Elkton. Again, that will push off to the northwest. We also have another system. This one's really starting to fall apart, though, that moved over Cottage Grove, Mill City, and then it's now heading north towards Portland. And once these move through, the system's really done. You can actually see that low pressure system as it's pushing north. That came down from or up from California, and then we have a bigger low pressure system there off the coast. Now, as we move into tomorrow, our thunderstorm chances shift back to the east, but portions of our area could still pick up a stray shower or thunderstorm. Temperatures this evening starting to fall into the 60s along the valley, still holding on to the 70s in a few areas, and we're sitting in the 50s now along the coast. We are seeing some depleted visibility this evening. Gold Beach, that fog moving in, seeing about 4 miles there, and then that smoke in the valley, limiting our visibility to 6 miles in Roseburg and 9 miles here in Eugene. Here's that low pressure system we just saw pushing to the north, that bigger system out to the west. Now, this is going to weaken and fall apart, but the system out in the Pacific, that's just going to kind of hang out. So we're going to see these warmer temperatures over the weekend. And then once this starts pushing over to the east, we get some relief from these 90-degree days here in the valley. Overnight will fall anywhere from those low 50s to mid 60s, and tomorrow is going to be very similar. We'll see highs in the valley in the upper 80s, low 90s, and along the coast, we'll be sitting in the 60s. We're going to hold it near 90 as we go into the weekend. Monday, that's when that low pressure makes its way in. That's going to drop things back into the mid 80s, and then we're seasonable as we move through the rest of the week. Don't forget, we are expecting those hazy conditions through tomorrow and Saturday. I do believe we're going to see that start to move out, though. On Sunday, we'll get some relief from that smoke layer. Roseburg also holding in the 90s until that low pressure moves in Monday, taking us back into the 80s. We're going to sit right near 70 for Coos Bay And we're going to see those hazy conditions there. We can't escape it even if you go to the coast for the weekend.
Yeah, it's actually good to see some measurable precipitation in the Roseburg area because I think it's been over 2 months since they've seen any rainfall.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It would be nice to have seen more numbers and higher values, but we'll take what we can get. And we are seeing thunderstorms. The good news is they're rain wrapped this evening.
Yeah, so hopefully we're not going to see any fires out of that. Well, let's switch now.